Hey guys, no amount of worrying will ever change your situation. There's no any amount of you being worried about your situation that will ever transform that situation or turn it around. Your worrying is always pointless. At the end of it all, it's always pointless. In fact, God will never look at you and be like, hey, Sheila is so worried. Hey, that worry is too much. It's like 1,000 degrees. Let me now intervene. No, actually, God is against you worrying. He actually set a Bible verse for that, and we look into it in a few seconds. But let me tell you guys that no amount of worrying will ever be enough, or will never be huge enough to transition your situation or whatever circumstance you're going through. No amount of worrying will ever change whatever situation you're going through. So worrying equals to pointlessness and equals to wasted energy. And the word you're going to look at today is in the book of Matthew, chapter 6. So we'll see exactly what God says about us worrying. What God says, what does our worrying really do? Does it have any power over our lives? Does it have any power to move God? So the book of Matthew chapter 6 from verse 27, it says, which of you, there's a version, this version, this VS, that is New King James Version. It's saying that which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto your stature. So by me worrying so much about a situation, let's say for example, like right now, we're in January and things are really hard for so many people. There's drought also, and our finances are kind of short because of the just ended holiday season, and so there's just too much that needs to be done, and yet the resources are very limited. So I start worrying about my provision. And I worry such that even at night I'm unable to sleep, and I'm unable even to focus on one single thing, or I'm too worried. I'm here and there trying to find the best business deal so that I can at least make the ends meet, or at least I can meet certain targets I have for, that is financial targets I have in terms of meeting particular needs in the household. And so by me worrying, it will not change that situation. At the end of the day, or even me losing sleep over these things, in the morning I'll not find the finances there just because I worried. Or in the evening, I'll not find the finances there or the resources I need to sort all these things out just because I worried. No. So my worry is basically pointless. There's another version that says, can any of you live a bit longer by worrying about your situation? That is this Good News Bible. From that is the book of Matthew chapter 6 from verse 27. It says that, can any of you live a bit longer by worrying about your situation? So if you worry about your life and all that, will you live longer because you worried? No, that will not happen. And so this is showing us, actually this was Jesus telling the disciples, that is now after he has told them about not worrying about food or drink because God provides for each one of us, especially if you're a believer, that only unbelievers should be worried about these things. And so Jesus said at the end there, he said that by worrying about these things, it will not change a cubit of that situation, and it will not make you live longer because you've worried about your situation. And so that's what I need us to learn today, and that's what I have learned as well over time. That even there are so many times for me, I used to really be worried a lot. I used to worry a lot, but then the moment I read this verse, it changed my life. it changed my life completely, such that now I understand that even by worrying, I don't change a situation. Not that the worry doesn't come, it usually comes, but now I have a verse or a Bible reference, a word reference that came from God that really encourages me, and I know that my faith should be on God, not in my worry, and that even by worrying, God is not moved by my worries. God is not moved by your worries and trembling and being so at unrest and all that. God is only moved by your faith in His word, that He'll provide to you whatever that thing you need. God will provide for you. So that's all for today's, guys. I would like you to remember, and I too, because it's not that it's the end of the journey, not that God has helped me in that place, but it's not the end of the journey. The devil is always out there to tempt us, and I too, sometimes I can sleep and I find myself sleeping and the worrying starts coming and all that, but at least now we have a verse that can help us, that that reminds us that worrying can never change any of our situation or stature, that it's only our faith in God that things can work out, or we can get that provision we need, or we can get an intervention, or whatever other thing that we may need. And so that's all for today's, guys. Remember that your worry will never change anything. So today, do you choose worrying or not worrying? Because at the end of the day, your worrying will not produce any fruit, and God will not be moved by your worrying. And you not worrying shows that you believe in God and you have let Him take charge over your life. So do you take charge over your life by worrying, or do you leave it to God and stop worrying and let Him work it for you? Which one do you choose? And you have a right. You can choose worrying, you can choose not worrying. It's all up to you, and it's all up to me. For me, I choose not worrying because it gives me peace. It does not rob me of my rest. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you get to share with your friends. Let them know that their worry will never change their circumstance ever. So that's all. I hope you get to share with your friends, get to comment, let me know your feedback, and also get to like and subscribe if you're not. Bye, guys.